Hi everyone, welcome to Computer Technologies. Today I am going to show you. So whenever the students are practicing, we will get a lot of COA deployment errors. I mean to say chart of account deployment error. So why we are getting that errors, how we can resolve that, I will show you in this session. Let's see. Okay, go to setup and maintenance. So the very first we have to create the value set codes. So that are already there in my system. Okay, so for testing purpose, I created a John Deere related value set codes. Now I'm going to create the chart of account structure global level. Okay, so now my deployment status it's in a green tick mark. So once we create our chart of account structure, so the expected behavior of this deployment status also it's always green tick mark. Then only what are the chart of account which we created, it is we created without any errors. If it is the deployment is status is showing as a green tick mark. So now just click on manage structures, click on create. So let me put John Deere John Deere global COA. Okay, so structure code is same and name description also same. So select the any delimiter. Okay, so now once we click on save, then only we can able to see this segments creation option. Let me click on create. So now I'm creating my company codes sequence one. So display with this file column one, select the set code. So at this moment, sorry, I'm not specifying any segment label. I will show you the behavior, how the system it will behave without assigning the segment level, then how the system it will ask the errors and then one by one I will show you and I will resolve it. Okay, just click on save and close. Okay. So for the cost center also, I'm not specifying any segment label. Shell account. Check out the yeah. For natural account, I'm not specifying. Click on save and close. If it, so select the default. So for this also I'm not assigning any segment label. Then let's go to last. So for testing purpose, I'm creating just six segments. Okay. So, see here. So to check the only deployment status, yes, we can go and directly do deployment. We will get lot of errors that we can resolve. But what we need to do is here, we will do instance level chart of account also. Let me show you that. Okay. Just click on save and close. Go to manage structure instance. Click on create. So it's an instance. Okay, so John Deere, just the way. John Deere global COA. So now here I'm just enabling the required segment label. Just click on save. Okay, all are required. So now please keep in mind. So just I'm doing the deployment. Okay, let's see whether it will be deployed or not. We'll see. See, we will get the error. Okay, so you just open one notepad plus plus. So let's see what it is asking here. Yeah. So if you see here, whenever we are doing this, okay, any deployment chart of account deployment. So first we should identify which chart of account was got affected for this deployment error. So sometimes what it is happening, even though we did it correctly, but other students, other members, they are doing the practice in the same instance. So before they are completing the their configuration, if we are trying to do the deployment, we will get the errors like this kind of deployment errors. So first, before we go and do this, why we are getting this error? If you see this chart of account, we are getting. So how we should know which chart of account is getting affected for this error? So after application 101 key Flexfield GL, under we have a structure. Again under structure we have. After that, what name you are able to see till comma, that is the chart of. So this particular chart of account got affected, and here it is saying that. So you need to assign the segment label. So GL balance and segment label at least one for this segment. That means whenever we created, we didn't assign any segment label. Okay. So that is the reason why it is asking. And one more thing, I'll tell you, let me go to the screen. Just click on. So now go to manage structure instance. Which chart of account got affected? So there, this is the one. So just query that, click on it. So you guys now tell me. So if I want to complete chart of account successfully, how many segments are required from system point of view?
Two segments.
What are those?
Company account, natural
Primary
account.
balancing segment and natural account.
Okay. So here we created the first segment called company code and second segment called, I mean say the system point of view, these two segments are mandatory. Okay. So how the system it will know whether we created these two segments in the application by seeing this company code, by seeing this national account by name, it will never understand. Okay, by name system it won't understand. Okay, yes, these two segments are created, I shouldn't hit the error while these guys are students or someone doing the deployment, I shouldn't hit the errors. So no, system it will never, system doesn't have a capability By seeing the name, yes, these people while creating the chart of account structure global level, they created company code segment, national account segment. Please mute yourself. Okay. In this case, they will never understand. Okay. I mean, it's a system never understand. So yes, these two company codes are available. Why we should hit the deployment error? No. So how the system will understand? Yes, my company code segment is created, my national account segment is created. When we are doing the any chart of account system, it will look for the mainly two segments. That is company code, national account. So in this case, for these two segments, how the system it will know? Yes, my two segments are created. These guys, how the system it will know? By assigning the segment label. That is, for company code, we will do the primary balance segment. For national account, we will do the national account segment label. So now, and one more thing, when we will get the deployment errors, even though we given this segment label, if other students they are creating their chart of account structure, okay, by the time they will completing the chart of account structure, okay, what it will happen? We are trying to deploy it without they are completing those two mandatory segments. So we will deploy it. So in this case also we will get the errors. So what it will happen here? Before they are completing their other students or other member when they are trying to practice, right? Before they are creating their chart of account structure, if they are in a middle of creation of chart of account structure to create the company segment, national account and other segments. So by the time if you go and do the deployment, yes, definitely you will get. So in this case, what you need to do, you have to wait for some times, okay, or else you can go and complete the rest of the two segments by assigning the two segment labels. Okay, yeah. So now let me show you now. So now what is the error message here? It's asking GL balancing. That means primary balance segment label. We will assign this. Go to, so to resolve that issue, select the company code segment, click on edit, select the primary balance segment label and click on save and close. Okay, now just click on save and close. Let me deploy now again. So by the time if someone is creating his chart of account is not yet completed yet, is still in a global level structure only. So in this case also we will get the error. So now let's see what is the error again. Just copy this error message, put it in a notepad. So now what it is saying for this chart of account. So please keep in mind. So unstructured, what name it is coming. This is your error chart of account structure. So this is the way you have to identify. After key flex field under structure, what name it will be there. So that is the chart of account structure which we are facing the error. So that you have to put it here. Okay. So let me copy this. So now what it is asking? It is asking account. That means segment label for sorry, account segment. We need to assign the national account segment label. Just go to manage structures, read, edit. Okay. So just query the national account, assign the national account segment label. Just click on save and close. So please keep in mind, I didn't assign the cost center. I didn't assign the intercompany. Okay. Even some product or future also I didn't assign. So please keep in mind at this moment for you guys learning stage. Okay. So yes, cost center and intercompany you can assign at any point of time. From other segments, additional segment level, either it could be product, project code, or a location, future one, future two. Don't assign anything. It's not required at this moment for learning stage. So we can assign that in real time based on the requirement and all. So now let's see. So now I didn't assign my cost center label. even my intercompany label. Will the system will allow us to deploy this chart of account successfully or not? We'll verify now. Just click on deploy. So now we given everything correct on. But by the time if someone is creating something, his chart of account is not yet created at the company code and national account, you may get error. Yes, you can wait for 5 minutes, or else what you need to do is you can go and complete the rest of the configuration at global level, not required to do instance level at all. Okay, then you can go ahead further. ఓకే, సో ఒకవేళ మీరు క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఎర్రర్స్ వచ్చినాయి అనుకోండి, వేరే వాళ్ళు క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నారు, వేరే వాళ్ళు చార్ట్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నారు, బై ద టైం మీరు డిప్లాయ్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఈలోపు ఎర్రర్స్ వచ్చినాయి అనుకోండి, మీరు ఆ చార్ట్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంట్ కొరీ చేసి వాళ్ళు ఒక సిగ్మెంట్ క్రియేట్ చేశారా, 2 సిగ్మెంట్స్ క్రియేట్ చేశారా, వాటికి రెస్పెక్టివ్ లేబుల్స్ ఉన్నాయా లేవో చూసి ఆ లేబుల్స్ అసైన్ చేసి మళ్ళీ మీ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ స్టార్ట్ చేయండి, సరిపోతుంది. సో దట్ ఆల్సో ఐ విల్ షో యూ నౌ. So now we will not get error. So sometimes if it is coming with no errors, no data validation, still it is failing. Here you can check the details. Okay, so here also it will give the error one. So yesterday what it is happening? So for one of the chart of account structure instance, global level he created a 6 segment, but instance level he added 7 segments. I don't know how he added. So that's where we are getting the metadata related errors. So that we cannot able to resolve it. So because mistakenly or unknowingly, they are while doing the practice, they did the mistake students. So those kind of errors, what we need to do is we have to change the instance. If it is possible to system allow us to delete those kind of errors, yes, we can delete. Sometimes we have an option. Sometimes we don't have an option. That we need to check in detail by seeing this error log. Okay, please keep in mind. Sometimes we cannot see any no error or something, but still it is failing. At the time you can check Flexfield deployment details level log file. So here it will give the error details again. Okay, so this is simple only. So you need not to scare, you need not to think okay, we are getting keep on errors while doing the practice, we cannot go ahead further. No, these are the logic. So system point of view, whenever we are creating the chart of account, 2 segments are mandatory. So for that 2 segments, how the system it will know whether the 2 segments are okay completed successfully. See here, deployment is completed successfully. Okay, so this is the way we can resolve the issue. So here again I'm repeating. So system it will think only 2 points here. Whenever we created any chart of account structure global level, so whether the appropriate segment labels are assigned for the respective segments or not, it will verify. To complete the chart of account status deployment successfully, 2 segments are mandatory. Okay, so if you want to complete this COA deployment successfully, okay, you need 2 segments. What are those?
Company code,
Company code and natural account.
So company code, second one is natural account. So by seeing this name, company code natural account, will the system will allow, yes, my 2 segments are there, yes, I can go and deploy the successfully.
No, sir. By assigning
No.
labels.
Yes, correct. So by assigning the respect to appropriate labels. So what are the label for company code? We will do the primary balance and segment label. For this natural account segment label, we will do that. So by assigning this label to the respective segments, then only system it will understand. So please keep in mind. Okay, so now this scenario is completed. So I hope it's very clear for everyone. Guys,
Yes,
any
sir.
doubt here?
Yes, sir. So, sir,
Yes.
one question here.
Yeah,
So
please.
we have got and 100% is completed. So
Hmm.
what if there are some warnings?
Yeah, warnings you can
No?
ignore it, no problem. So even though if it is
Okay.
a warnings, it will deploy will be completed successfully only. It won't trigger the any error or something. So now we have no warnings, but even though if it is warnings, you can ignore it, no problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So now let's see here. Now my deployment is successful. Now I will tell you another case. So another case would be uh, someone, I mean other student, some other person is creating the his chart of account. He is in the middle of something. Now I am trying to deploy it. Okay. So let me click on manage structures. So John Deere, right? John Deere. Click on edit. So now I didn't assign the this cost center labels, right? So let me assign for it. So see here, system it will never look. Sorry. So is this clear? Able to see my screen? Sorry. Hello.
Yes, sir. We are able to see.
Yeah. So what I'm saying. So another situation. I mean another scenario would be now our deployment is completed successfully. So in this case, sorry. So in this case, if in case we are trying to deploy our chart of account, if someone is in the middle of creation of chart of account, so at that time we will get some errors. How we can resolve that? That I will show you now. Okay. So just click on manage structure, query our structure. So this is I'm just showing you without the cost center labels also, intercompany also, we are able to deploy successfully. That means system it will look always for company code, primary balance segment is mapped or not, national account, it is mapped to national account segment or not, it will verify. So up to how many segments we can create here under chart of account?
30.
Yeah, so 30. It's a very good entry question, guys. Please keep in mind. So now I am enabling, sorry, assigning the intercompany segment. Okay. So now let's see. Yeah. So I mean, our structure is full clear. So now let me create one more structure. Let's say BYD global COA entity company code same. Or else I will give BYD company. So let me assign the corporate of company. So these are the seeded ones. So now, okay. So sometimes, so other students or other some other person, he might created even he assigned. Let me do one thing. So just click on save and close. Now we didn't know that BYS is trying to create that we don't know. It is in the middle of something. Now we are trying to deploy. Just assume it. Sorry. So now you can deploy it. Okay. So we assigned, we created our structure, everything we given correct only. But still we are getting error because someone is created. BYD global company something is created. So that is the reason why we are getting that. We don't know which company is triggering error and all, we don't know. So that we can check here again. Same errors would be the remain same, because while I am throwing wantedly, now also we will get same one. See here, BYD global level. So what it is doing, it is asking balance the segment label. That means it's not there. So here if you see, okay, just click on manage structure, BYD, you can query it. Okay. So now we thought only label is not there. By seeing this particular error message, only say segment label is not, segment label is missing for that particular chart of account. But when we come and see here, so he created only one segment. So in this case, what you need to do, instead of assigning only primary balance segment label and again we will go and deploy, it won't accept because those two segments are not there. Okay, you can assign the label, okay, and you can add the another segment called account BYD account. You can wait before doing this configuration. Sorry. So before doing this configuration, you can wait for 5 minutes. Let them create. Whether it's creating or not, we don't know. So after 5 minutes, you can try to deploy it again. Then you can check. If still you are getting the same error, means he is not. Someone is created middle of something and he left. Okay. So then that incomplete chart of account also we have to complete by providing the required segments and segment label. Then only we can able to complete our chart of account structure. Okay. So just click on save. Sorry, it's a 2-1. So this please keep in mind. So this always sequence number and say this segment column sequence number should be matched. This we already discussed in regular session. So please keep in mind. Click on save and close. So now what I am telling, so if he created only one particular company code segment without label, you can assign it. If you go and do the deployment, again we will get the same error. Okay. Okay. So in this case, what we need to do is, if we couldn't able to complete the proper COA creation, let us create ourselves. Either if company code segment is created alone, we can add one more segment and assign the appropriate segment label. So if we done the successfully all the segments with our structure global level, instance level, but some other person, if he is trying to create, if we left that configuration middle of something, definitely we will get the error. That you guys please keep in mind. Okay. So మనం కరెక్ట్ గా చేసి మనం ప్రాపర్ గా అన్ని గ్లోబల్ లెవెల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఇన్స్టెంట్ లెవెల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ అన్ని ప్రాపర్ గా చేసిన వేరే స్టూడెంట్స్ వేరే వాళ్ళు క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు మిడిల్లో కూడా వాళ్ళు వదిలేయచ్చు, ఒక్కోసారి క్రియేట్ చేయకుండా చార్ట్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంట్ ని. లేదు వాళ్ళు క్రియేట్ చేస్తా ఉంటారు, అది మనకు తెలియదు. ఎందుకంటే ఇన్స్టెన్స్ రియల్ టైంలో మనం ఇలాంటివి రావు. ఎందుకంటే క్లయింట్ ఒక్క ఇన్స్టెన్సే ఉంటుంది, క్లయింట్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ క్లయింటే వాడుకుంటారు, వేరే వాళ్ళు క్రియేట్ చేయరు కాబట్టి రియల్ టైంలో రావు. సో కాబట్టి ఆ ఇన్కంప్లీట్ ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో ఆ స్టూడెంట్ ఓన్లీ కంపెనీ కోడ్ క్రియేట్ చేసి ఉంటాడు, ఆ లేబుల్ అసైన్ చేయడు, లేదంటే సిగ్మెంట్స్ ఉంటే అసలు లేబుల్స్ అసైన్ చేయడు. సో దేర్ ఆర్ మల్టిపుల్ scenarios will be there. In this case also we will get that. Okay. So am I clear, everyone? So what I am saying, so sometimes students they might forget, they may left this COA configuration middle or something. So based on our error log, you can query the respective chart of account. If we couldn't able to add the labels, if we couldn't able to create the segments, that minimum 2 segments is required, right? So that 2 minimum segments, company code and account segment, both you can create and you can assign the segment appropriate label like company code primary balance segment. For national account segment, you can create it and you can do the deployment, then it will accept. If someone left that particular chart of account in middle, so you need not to go and create the instance level, you can leave it. Okay. So that is very very important. So this is the way we can resolve these COA related issues while we are doing the practice. Okay, so system it will never look out of 7 segments, 5 segments, 9 segments. All segments are created. So why it is coming deployment of main labels? If we created account with the names and all, it won't. It won't understand the system by assigning the label only. If you want, I will tell you again one more scenario. Let me deploy this first. So you need not to scare at all, guys. That's a very simple. Whenever you are practicing, so see the logic. So to deploy this chart of account, 2 segments are mandatory. That is company code and national account. So in this case, how the system it will know students already or else some other person already added a company code and account. Why it is triggering the error means labels are not there. By assigning the label only, system will know. Yes, for this chart of account, yes, these guys assign the segment labels like company code for primary balance segment label, for account segment, natural account segment label, they assign. Like that, it will understand. Okay, so it will never understand, it will never recognize by seeing the name because few customers they created a company code name as a entity, BU or a legal entity. Okay, so for few clients they may created a national account as an account, nominal account, national account like that they will create. So these are the customer specific, client specific segment names. So there is a there is no chance. Yes, all the customers, all the clients should use the same segment name code for company code and national account. No, they will never use it. Okay, it depends on the complete requirement. So for few clients, for few customers, they created cost center as well as primary balancing. Both are same. Okay, so it's a day depends on the requirement situation. But I'm telling you. Okay. So I hope it's very clear for everyone. No errors. Okay. So now I'll show you another scenario. So I can go to BYD. So sometimes what students they will do, they didn't assign the labels. Any labels. Simply they created segments. In this case also, you will get the error. It will require the 2 segment label. If you assign the primary balance segment, again you will get the error. See here, GL balancing BYD global. Let me copy the error message. So please install Notepad++ in your laptop so that you can able to check the errors easily. So now see here. So you need to assign the segment level balancing. Balancing is nothing but primary balancing. Account is nothing but national. So let me assign that again. Same and how I showed you right for our JOHN Deere. But sometimes students they created only 2. So in this case also you will get the error. Click on save and close. Now you can deploy it. Again we will get the error because national account label it's not. So let's copy the error message. BUID global COA GL account. That means natural account segment label is not assigned. So GL account is nothing but okay. So please keep in mind GL account is nothing but here you need to assign which segment label, guys.
Natural account.
Yes. So for if you getting this error, natural account you have to assign segment label. My writing is not good. So if in case if you are getting this GL balancing, so here you need to assign
Primary balancing.
primary balancing. So these are the thumb rules, guys. Okay, so if you remember these thumb rules, whenever you will get the any kind of issues while you guys are doing the COI deployment, definitely you will get the error. So I hope it's very clear now, everyone. Any doubts?
Here, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, next I'll show you the another scenario. People will do, that is the reason why I'm doing these many scenarios. So because it is an initial stage for them, they don't know what is the good, what is the right and all. So but system, it won't look right, so look always valid data. So now let's see, for cost center, let's see, sometimes it's a very rarely. First we'll look for the uh, let me show you this first. For future one, sometimes C might assign future segment. So for this product also, she might assign the future segment. Okay. If you assign the same segment label in two segments, so now for product by mistakenly they don't know. Okay. So we have a future segment here, and future one also he assigned the segment label, future segment. So in this case also, we may get the error, I think. So let me check now. We will get, I think, just click on reflect. It will say duplicate or something. Yeah. We should maintain the, what did I say? So you need to assign the required segment label GL account at least one. So that we already did it. Okay. So BUID, we did it or not? 1 minute. Oh, sorry. So it's a previous error. We didn't rectify. Okay. Let me do this now. Click on the two. Now we got this error. Let's see. So what did I say? For John Deere, you can assign a unique segment label. Okay. So for John Deere only we assign, right? Future one, future one. So let's see here. So GL features to be at least at most one segment. Unique segment label for GL features to be most one segment. That means for one segment, the segment label which used, that you should use for a one segment only. You shouldn't use that for a multiple segments. That means that future segment we will use for a, we use it for a future segment purpose. But the same he assigned at the product level also. That is the reason why system is triggering the error. So you already assigned here, that is okay, well and good. But by mistakenly, he assigned at the product level also. So that is the reason why we are getting this error. So you can assign unique segment label for the future segment. So it won't accept. Click on save, save and close. Click on the deploy it. Now it will accept. This is another kind of scenario. So next I will show you this primary balancer segment, natural account, we should use it for only one segment. So these two also, if you assign to any other segments, it will throw the error. Okay, మనం primary balance segment label national account అనేవి ఒక పర్టికులర్ సెగ్మెంట్స్కి అవి యూనిక్గా ఉండాలి. మల్టిపుల్ ప్లేసెస్లో అవి కూడా ఇస్తే డూప్లికేట్ ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది. Even against the natural account segment, we shouldn't assign the multiple segments. It won't accept. So we can do the multiple segments also. We can do for cost center. Yes, it will accept the cost center segment label primary balance segment. Okay, if you assign it, it will accept. That means your cost center is same, your company code also same. In this case, it will work. I will show you that. So if you get this kind of unique segment label something other, that means same segment label he assigned for multiple segments. That is the thumb rule. You can just please keep in mind and you can resolve the errors. So now I will show you another segment in which case we can assign the multiple segment label for one segment. I will show you now. సో చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండి. సో బ్లైండ్గా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయకూడదు, ఎప్పుడు లాజిక్ తెలుసుకోండి. ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఈజీ. ప్రొడక్ట్ చాలా ఈజీ, మీరు లాజిక్ తెలుసుకొని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే. సో బ్లైండ్గా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే మాత్రం ఇబ్బంది పడతారు. సో వీ షుడ్ నో ద పల్స్ ఆఫ్ ది అప్లికేషన్. సో ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఈజీ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ and it is very easy to resolve the issues if you know the pulse, where it is going from, where it is coming. That is main important. See, okay. Now just click on manage chart of account structure, click on create. So let me do mdh global coa. So their first segment is company, segment one. So I'm just using the serial one. Those are the corporate. Okay. So here let me create the first segments. I'll tell you. Next one is so this sequence and then column name always should be matched. Otherwise, while you are doing the video level, you will get a lot of confusion. Select the corporate account. Me to the So let's put this one. Okay. Okay, you can select anything. What's a quick one? It's not a problem at all. Just click on save and post. So see here now, let's assume this is the MDH chart of account structure. So in this case, this is the company segment. Okay, but here their requirement would be they have a, like, let's assume 10 plants, manufacturing plants. That means masala plants, spices. So in this case, they want to record their expenditure, okay, revenue, okay, liabilities, assets, okay, so ownership equity, whatever it may be. So these expenditure, revenue, liability, sales. Okay, so in this case, so they want to take that revenue or else expenditure, liability, assets from each plant wise. Each plant wise they want control. So in this case, their company code just naming purpose. Okay, so whenever they want to book any transaction, they will put one. Um, it will start with the company name. That's it. So in this case, they will use only management segment. So this management segment table main purpose, what it is, it is just a reporting purpose, and you are telling to your system, yes, this is my company code segment. That's it. But it's not my main primary balance segment label. So now here we have a 10 plants. Each plant wise they want to record their expenditure, revenue, sales. In this case, you can go and assign. You tell to your company, your cost center. This is my cost center, as well as my company code also is this. So in this case, we will assign the multiple segments. ఓకే సో నా కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ ఇదే, నా ప్రైమరీ బ్యాలెన్స్ సెగ్మెంట్ కూడా ఇదే. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏంటి, ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ get the any report based on the cost center wise, yes, you will use the same value set codes, cost center value set. If you want book the transaction for particular plant, if you want book the particular expenditure for particular plant, you will use the company code value, same values only. So that means your company code values, your cost center values, both are same. But the way when you are doing the kind of transactions, accordingly the report will be dimensions, then accordingly we can bifurcate. So if you want to fetch the expenditure on each cost center wise, yes, you can do it. If you want to see the expenditure each company code wise, you can use. So here we will create the company code same only. So 100 company code, 200, 300, 400, 500. So this is Hyderabad plant. It's a Gurgaon plant. It's a Faridabad plant. It's a Delhi plant. It's a Kirti Nagar plant. Okay. So for these are my corporate level. I mean, this is my value set values. These are my value set, COA value set values. So plus save my company code values also. I mean to say BSV values. So I couldn't able to write properly. So your company code values are same, your cost center values also same. That means while booking the transactions, you will use the same company codes. To do the expenditure related things with the help of cost center, you can use the same. Okay. But here some drawback it will be there. Okay. So that I will explain later. So that means if you want to shut down any company, it will impact on your intercompany side. So some drawbacks it will be there. So that is the reason why Oracle will never suggest don't use the cost center as well as company code. I mean, your primary balance segments both are in one segment. We cannot do. It's not suggested by the Oracle at all. So, but few customers, few clients, they will do. They will. We will tell that this is the hiccups. This is the problems we may get in future. We will tell. But if customer okay, then we will do this kind of solutions. Is this clear? ఇక్కడ ఏంటి అంటే మన కంపెనీ కోడ్ కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ మన కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ కూడా కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ కంపెనీ కోడ్కి అదే యూజ్ చేస్తాం కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ కూడా అదే యూజ్ చేస్తాం కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ టూ సిగ్మెంట్ లేబుల్ అసైన్ చేస్తాం ఇప్పుడు కంపెనీ కోడ్ 100 ఉంది కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ 100 ఉంది రెండు ఒకటే కంపెనీ కోడ్ 100 200 300 సో మనకి 5 ప్లాన్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ ఈచ్ ప్లాంట్ కి ఒక నెంబర్ ఇచ్చాం అది నువ్వు కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ అని చెప్పొచ్చు నీ సిస్టమ్ కి నీ కంపెనీ కోడ్ అని కూడా చెప్పొచ్చు కాబట్టి సిస్టమ్ రెండు విధాలుగా యాక్ట్ చేస్తుంది ఈస్ దిస్ క్లియర్ ఎవ్రీవన్ హలో
Yes, sir.
it is very very important so I hope it's very clear for everyone ఇంకెవరికైనా డౌట్ ఉందా గైస్ హలో
Yes, clear, sir.
So, so, sir, for any point, so only one label should be assigned to the COA code, right, sir? Recommended.
yeah label should be there but that should be for minimum 2 it will accept maximum you can do it depends on the requirements
Right.
so that also now this primary balance segment label you cannot go and assign to the I mean company or some other segment so primary balance segment national account or standalone we shouldn't assign them to another segments again so ప్రైమరీ బ్యాలెన్స్ సెగ్మెంట్ కంపెనీ కోడ్ అనేవి మనం ఒకసారి ఒక లేబుల్కి అసైన్ చేస్తాం కానీ ఒక సెగ్మెంట్కి అసైన్ చేస్తాం కానీ వేరే వాటికి అసైన్ చేయకూడదు అవి ఒకసారి చేయాలి సో నౌ లెట్స్ సీ కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ సెగ్మెంట్ primary balance segment for national account I am assigning national account okay so now this company code segment it's a just management purpose that means I want book my company code so let's assume our company it may be started in 2000 so I think MDH it will started in 1999 so what are the transactions they are booking their company code I mean combination level simply reporting purpose they will put this only single value and if it is an so Hyderabad unit they will select this if it is in a salaries it's a 40,000 salaries national account then the default code future segment like that they will book this is always it will be unique for all the transaction because they want to start the any combination with this company name starting here that's it it is just for management reporting purpose it won't impact any transactional level so everything it will take in care by your cost center segment so this is your primary balance segment label it we assign cost center segment label we assign for this segment so it will act both company code both cost center both it will act that is the use I hope it's very clear for everyone okay ఓన్లీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ సెగ్మెంట్ పర్పస్ మాత్రమే మనం యూజ్ చేస్తాం మన రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఏంటి జస్ట్ చెప్తున్నా నేను ఏ కంపెనీ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ బుక్ చేసిన నా ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో 1919తో స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి అంతే సో ఇప్పుడు దానికనే నేను కంపెనీ కూడా సెగ్మెంట్ చేశాను మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఇచ్చాను ఇట్స్ జస్ట్ మై మేనేజ్మెంట్ రిపోర్టింగ్ పర్పస్ ఇది ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఇంపాక్ట్ ఏముంది సో నీ కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ ఇట్ విల్ మౌల్డ్ ఇట్ కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్ అయితే కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ అదే తీసుకుంటుంది, కంపెనీ కూడా తీసుకుంటే కంపెనీ కూడా అదే తీసుకుంటుంది. కాకపోతే సో కాంప్లెక్సిటీ సారీ ఫ్యూచర్లో ఇష్యూస్ అయితే వస్తాయి. మెయిన్ ఇంటర్ కంపెనీ కానీ కంపెనీ ప్లాంట్ షట్ డౌన్ అయినప్పుడు, సో అట్ ద టైమ్ వీ విల్ గెట్ more issues on this. If we give this solution, we will never suggest. Oracle also it will never propose we should use single segment for both the activities. No. Okay. Now just click on save and close. So cost center we assign this to. Now let's see. System it will accept or not. Click on deploy. It will accept 100%. It will accept. That is the valid scenario, but we shouldn't suggest for the customer's client. మనం క్లయింట్కి అలా సజెస్ట్ చేయకూడదు. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు ఒక ప్లాంట్ షట్ డౌన్ అయిపోయింది అనుకోండి, సో ఇప్పుడు కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ మనం తర్వాత యూజ్ చేసుకోవాలి. అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం? ప్లాంట్స్ ఎస్ వీ క్యాన్ డూ ఇట్, బట్ కాస్ట్ సెంటర్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, సేమ్ కాస్ట్ సెంటర్స్ వీ విల్ యూజ్ ఇట్ ఫర్ అనదర్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్, అనదర్ ప్లాంట్ ఆల్సో. అట్ ద టైమ్ ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ ద ఇంపాక్ట్, అండ్ ఇంటర్ కంపెనీ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఆల్సో ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ ద ఇంపాక్ట్. If that plant is shut down, let's take Hyderabad plant shut down, we cannot use that segment as an cost center, and at the same time it will the same values we will go and use the intercompany level. Again there also we need to do the end date or we have shut down, that it will impact for existing transaction and future transaction. So a lot of complexity it will be there, we shouldn't suggest for customers. The Oracle proposed one, recommended one, so maximum we can use the separate segments for each activity. So that's where we will get good reporting. We will not I mean to say face the any issues in the future. So I hope it's very clear for everyone. So does anyone having any queries, any doubts still? Hello?
No, sir.
Oh, no, sir.
It's a very, very important. Okay. So no one can teach the way I am explaining. These are all the real-time scenarios, okay, which I work for the multiple customers, different customers for the different requirement. All the possible scenarios I explained in this particular session. I hope it's very clear. You can refer that. If you guys having any queries, any doubts, please let me know. Accordingly, we can sort it out again. ఎవరికైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? Anyone? Does anyone having any queries, any doubts still? It will deploy, guys. It will accept. It deployed successfully. Okay. It's clear, everyone. Any doubts, guys?
No, sir.
No.
Okay.